Hello and welcome to the preview for the ECB and BoE rate decisions. So starting off chronologically, the Bank of England rate decision due at midday, with all expectations going for unchanged on monetary policy, with today's announcement itself not being quite as much focus as the February 12th quarterly inflation. Bank of England Governor Mark Carney is expected to sway and bow to pressure to adjust forward guidance as the unemployment rate in the UK is just 0.1 percentage points away from that 7% threshold, at which Carney has said he would promise to look into adjusting monetary policy away from its historic lows with a bank rate at 0.5%. So all expectations are for unchanged at the Bank of England, with focus on next week with Wednesday's quarterly inflation report. So moving swiftly on to the European Central Bank then, that's likely to take up the headlines, where analysts are actually pretty split as to whether the ECB could take further action and cut the main refi rate further below its current level of 0.25%. So some see the benefits of another cut to the refi rate down to potentially 0.1%, following that disappointing CPI number from the Eurozone, coming in at 0.7%, well below the forecast of 0.9%. However, many have seen another cut in the refi rate as not being justifiable due to the medium-term inflation expectations not yet actually being adjusted. So some ECB members could justify their claims for an unchanged rate decision with this fact. Additionally, it's worth noting that the core CPI number actually came in line with expectations at 0.8%. So looking on to what other announcements they could make, some see the ECB potentially announcing an end to their SMP sterilisation. So this would result in an injection of liquidity into the Eurozone financial system to the tune of around 180 billion euros, which, if you compare it to that over trillion euro operation conducted over those 2-3 year LTROs, is actually a relatively small amount, but could just provide some further inflationary pressure to somewhat readjust and align the Eurozone economy back in towards an inflationary bias. So many have seen this as the most likely policy option due to the Bundesbank's potential approval of this, as source comments have suggested that Draghi is looking to get German thumbs up in regards to any potential end to bond sterilisation. Finally, one more programme that the ECB could potentially announce would be some sort of QE. However, it is worth noting that, of course, government financing is illegal under the ECB framework itself, as set out over a decade ago. However, this could be somewhat got around if they were to choose to buy private sector assets, as at the Davos World Economic Forum some weeks ago, Draghi said that asset-backed securities, if packaged well and transparently, could be a candidate for potential ECB easing. So of course we see the ECB rate decision itself at 12:45 London time, with a press conference from Draghi likely to take the headlines at 1:30, where he is due to present those monetary policy decisions with his board. So quite close to the line today for the ECB rate decision, likely to take the focus off the BoE, but does come just 1 day ahead of that non-farm payrolls figure. So of course we'll bring you all those releases as soon as it hits the wires, as well as any other relevant commentary to your trading. But in the meantime, that's all from me. Good luck with both the BoE and the ECB rate decisions themselves.